Imagine this. You're sitting alone in your room. Your phone screen blank, no notifications, no incoming messages, silence, boring. Then suddenly, a feeling of restlessness sets in that makes you want to immediately open Instagram, TikTok, or anything that can banish that emptiness. But wait a minute. What if boredom isn't your enemy? What if it's precisely at that point, in the midst of piercing boredom, that ideas are born that could change your life forever? Sounds crazy, right? Because since childhood, we've been taught that being busy is good and boredom is a sign of laziness. However, scientific facts and real life stories of world figures actually say the opposite. Boredom is the fuel for creativity and success. Boredom, the enemy we always avoid. Let's be honest, we are all addicted to distraction. As soon as there's an empty space, we rush to cover it. Waiting in line at the cafe. Scroll. Waiting for a friend to arrive. Scroll. Even when watching a movie, our hands still itch for our phones. We are programmed to banish boredom as quickly as possible. In fact, according to research from the University of Central Lancashire, people who allow themselves to be bored actually produce more creative ideas than those who are constantly busy. The human brain, when not occupied with immediate things, begins to wander. That's what's called mind wandering, and that's where brilliant solutions, fresh ideas, and even previously unthinkable life strategies are born. Real evidence from world figures. Just look at the story of J.K. Rowling. She came up with the idea for Harry Potter not while busy typing in the office, but while sitting bored on a late train. She didn't have a laptop, not even a smartphone at the time. All she had was her own mind. From that boredom, the wizarding world now known to billions of people was born. Or Bill Gates. In his biographies, he often talks about his think weeks, where he deliberately isolated himself, away from distractions, just reading, contemplating, and letting his mind go blank. From those quiet moments, major decisions were born that changed the direction of Microsoft. Steve Jobs was the same. He was known for deliberately setting aside time to do nothing. From simple moments like a solitary walk, innovations were born that redefined modern technology. Was this a coincidence? No. They all knew one secret. Boredom is the gateway to the depths of the mind. Why the brain needs boredom. When you're bored, your brain is actually working hard. It activates a part of the brain called the default mode network, a system in the brain. That kicks in when you're not focused on any task. This system connects old ideas, forms new patterns, and sparks creativity. Conversely, if we are constantly caught up in notifications, instant entertainment, or fake business, the brain never gets a chance to breathe. We are busy, but superficially. Productive, but aimless. This is why many modern people feel exhausted even after a long day of activity, because they never give boredom space to function. Boredom moments that change the world. Albert Einstein often said, boredom is a blessing in disguise. While working in a Swiss patent office, a job that was boring to the point of exhaustion, he found time to imagine abstract ideas. From those daydreams, the theory of relativity was born, one of the most revolutionary scientific discoveries in human history. Or Isaac Newton. In 1665, London was hit by a great plague. Newton was forced to return to his hometown, far from the hustle and bustle of academia. He was bored to death. But in the midst of that boredom, while sitting under a tree, he began to wonder about the falling apple. From there, the law of gravity was born. Without boredom, perhaps the world would not know relativity, gravity, or even the magical story of Harry Potter. Why are we afraid of boredom? The question is, if boredom is so important, why do we hate it so much? The answer is simple. Boredom forces us to confront ourselves. When there's silence, we begin to hear voices that are usually drowned out by noise, anxiety, uncertainty, even the fear of failure. No wonder many people prefer distractions to looking at themselves. However, successful people know that the courage to sit with boredom is the courage to make peace with our deepest thoughts, and therein lies their power. How we can embrace boredom. Now, how can we use boredom as a secret weapon, not an enemy? 1. Don't rush to fill the empty space. While waiting, Let your mind wander without your phone. 2. Schedule free time. Like Bill Gates, set aside time specifically for doing nothing. 3. Go for a walk alone. Many great innovations were born when people walked aimlessly. 4. Write down ideas that come to mind. Boredom makes the brain generate random things. Write them down before they disappear. 5. Resist instant urges. The urge to check social media when bored is a test. Just let it pass. With practice, boredom is no longer a sign of weakness, but a sign that the brain is preparing to reward itself. Twist: boredom is the new currency. And here's a twist that few people realize. In an increasingly busy world, boredom is the new currency. Everyone can be busy, everyone can be distracted, but few people dare to sit still, stare into emptiness, and delve into the depths of their own mind. Ironically, it's those people who will come up with great ideas, make the right decisions, and go further than those who constantly run from boredom. So, the next time you feel bored, don't rush to find a distraction, because boredom could be the gateway to your next success. One last question for you. Do you dare sit still for just 5 minutes, without your phone, without distractions, and let your brain work? Who knows, from that boredom, an idea might be born that changes the course of your entire life. Subscribe, like, comment for support.